love me when my burn.
We are live. Want to get a sound check from everybody. Make sure the sound is good so everyone can hear what I have to say. And as always, I welcome all of you, my dear family, to come on in and share your opinion after I drop it down a little bit. And many have texted me and emailed me today. Like, what the hell is this you're talking about, SCURV? It's the African houseboy movement, the clapback answer to Passport Brothers. Like, what does this all mean? There's some people out here who don't even know what a passport brother really is. This is just speculation, but I have a lot of experience not being a passport brother, not being an African houseboy or part of the African houseboy movement, which that is not an official term for it. Let me get this straight before people start complaining and saying I'm putting down my brothers who were born here in the motherland. And I'm not saying that at all, but there is a certain faction of our brothers here who, when you hear me explain it, you will understand exactly what I mean. So my thing here is not to disrespect, but we have to call it like it is. We have to call it like it is. We can't hide from it. We can't hide from yourself or ourselves. Hi, everybody. 20 people in. Let's get those likes up. Let's get these, what can I say? Who's here? Kwame, yes. Peaceful Pulley. I love that name, right? Yeah, let me open this up here so you can see everything and every bit of information. We're going to jump right on into this. I hate to take 2 hours saying hi to people before we get in the show because people just leave. Anyway, let's speak about this. And I say here the African houseboy movement. This is not about putting down the brothers. Some brothers have put themselves down here. And as you well know, I live permanently here in Accra, Ghana. And since coming here, I know the American culture and I know how Black folks are in America. Let's just say it, all of what it is. I lived 57 and a half years in America. So I know what I'm talking about as a Black man, right? But since coming here, it's a whole new creature and I absorb so much. So let's get on with the explanation so you don't get mad or insulting. Just want to make sure the sound is good. Let me go back into the comment section. Okay, double A vibes, yes. Wow. Just let me know if the sound is good. I guess it's because somebody said that they're not hearing me, right? I'm on my little swivel chair here. I don't like to be on this chair when I'm doing a show. I like it solid as a rock. Anyway, we have movement, and I have to start this way. We have a movement in America. Maybe it's in other countries. I don't know. Brothers who call themselves the Passport Brothers, right? What does that mean? Well, a lot of brothers in America have been, they claim they're sick and tired of the attitudes of many of the Black women who are from America. Okay? They say there's a lot of masculine energy. It's a bit choppy. Let me come up a little closer. Maybe it's this cable. You might hear a little something here right now. Okay, let's just play with the cable. Okay. All right, I don't know if I talk louder into the microphone or change the settings were good so far, but let me know if it's still choppy and if you can hear me. Maybe you can't hear me at all. It's too choppy or you can hear it a little choppy. From this end, things be okay from what I can hear. But anyway, we have brothers in America who were kind of sick and tired of the attitudes and the dating scene and the attitudes that came. This is what they claim from America, and they didn't like it. And so their remedy for it is to go to another country and meet a woman there, preferably for marriage and relationship. But a lot of people were saying it was just for sex because many women abroad felt that American men had so much money in comparison to their economy there. It's a bit choppy. Anybody else hear it a bit choppy? Let me know. Put on my headphones and see. These headphones are getting so they're getting choppy. This little black stuff on the side. When I put it on my head, there's all these little black things on the side of my face. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me good. I'm gonna put this on for a second. Right? Okay. And of course, from this side, it's gonna sound all right. So that's why I need your feedback on that. Like if we hear like one person hears it and everybody else doesn't, I mean, I care for you and everything, but pretty much it might not be my problem. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm gonna take this. I hate these things. Let me make sure nothing is on the side of my face. The things flake off on the side of my face. I hate that. When I'm on the street once, all this people looking at me all funny. But anyway, to the best of my knowledge, passport brothers are looking to go outside of the country to find a relationship where they are respected, where it is a traditional parent. What they say, they crave to have a woman who is attentive, where they are also attentive to them, who will respect them, and who has the old school values of a woman who not will just stay at home, but someone who really gets into the home and makes it a place of paradise. From what I gather, what these passport brothers have said, that many of the modern day women who possess this masculine energy, and I know a lot of modern day women who don't possess the masculine energy, they have a home life, they love their husband, they love their man, and they cater to each other. So I can't say that I'm going to echo everything many of these brothers say. I'm not trying to stay in the safe zone, but I can't just say absolutely this is the way it is with all American women or North American women, you know, women just with this masculine energy, and they're hell-bent on their career and nothing else. And you better be making well over six figures, double six figures at least to deal with me. And I'm going to go to work early, I'm going to go to work late, and to hell with you, to hell with the house. As far as me keeping this up, whatever, I'm not going to be subservient to any man. But from what I gather, a lot of the men who I heard speak this, they didn't say they wanted a woman who was subservient, but they didn't want one that was so masculine. Now, to also say on the flip side, you know, many of these men who claim to be passport brothers have expressed in a way where they almost want somebody who's subservient. And you know, there are a lot of our sisters full range in America and out west, right? We just can't say just America. And if that's the first priority that you, I want you to be subservient, well, then are you worthy of being subservient to a point, right? Because in the dating and what we expect in relationships, it's a wide range. It's not a one size fits all. So this complicates things even more, because a lot of the men who are passport brothers, sisters I've talked to personally, that these men are butthurt. I got to express every side, not every, but I got to say a few different sides of it so you can understand that I'm not taking any sides. I'm just reporting what I hear. They say a lot of these men are butthurt because they can't keep up with the modern day woman, the one that is not masculine, but they just don't keep up. They're just not aggressive enough in the world to want to ride with this sister to do better for themselves. And because they've been exposed, it's almost like, okay, now you kick me to the curb, but I'm going somewhere else to meet a woman who will treat me like a king, even though some of these women will say, even though I'm a bum. I'm not calling them bums. I'm not calling all of them bums. Some of them have money and retirements and whatever, and some I can understand where they're coming from. But their butt hurts, some of them, so they say, and they're going off to another country to meet a beautiful woman who may not have much. The economies in these different countries in the world may not be packing the punch that the American dollar is, even though the American dollar is on its last leg, I feel, right? It's not what it used to be, but it's a lot better than some of these countries. So a lot of these guys will go to the Philippines or to Brazil, depending on what kind of woman they want. And they're big Willie over there. And then a lot of the American women or the modern day women will say, listen, they playing you. They're not really this way. They're catering to you because they want that money, but they got somebody else from their country who they're in love with who, you know, gets that money. They'll play that role just to get to America or get that citizenship. There's so many different angles of this. And again, it's not one size fits all thing. There was a video I saw earlier today, and the brother went to a hotel that cost $16 a night in the Dominican Republic. I don't know what kind of hotel this was, but he missed his flight and didn't have the $100 necessary to reschedule the flight that he missed. And so he was on social media begging people for cash apps because he went down to DR and had cutting it that close. You saving money in a $16 a night hotel. What kind of hotel was that? I mean, it was a top of the line 5-star, and they said we have a special tonight. Of course, I don't care. I'm going to save money. But come on, usually. So he went down there kind of broke, probably trying to front in front of some of the women down there, and it had to be a sex mission. With a lot of the guys, they see how sexy these women are, some of them, and they keep themselves up in a way where possibly they weaponize their bodies to get these American fools to come down and deal with them to get something out of them. See, so it's always angles. And again, with all of this, you will have sincere people in every category. I don't see anything wrong with the American black woman, right? I'm married to a Jamaican woman, right? The marriage that I had before was to a woman from Trinidad and Tobago. And my girlfriend from way back, the freaky days, she was Jamaican. But I've dated many American women. See, I never saw it that way. You know, when a white person says, I don't see color, I see a black woman. That's what I saw. I was very comfortable with the Caribbean culture because my father is from there and my mother's from America, right? They're both deceased now. But it was one big fluid thing. I married with several American women in my lifetime. It just so happened that that's the way it worked out. So it wasn't like I'm just going to deal. I don't see it that way, right? But when it comes time to this modern day of what it is, there are a lot of women who are hard to deal with. There are a lot of American women. I'm not saying, oh, please don't think I'm saying I'm jumping on that bandwagon, but I have to go in with surgical precision. Most of you who are used to the show understand how I talk, right? But let me a few comments come up here while I talk to get it along. I'm just so kind of charged up because let me see. Okay, all right. We'll start with Kwame, right? He says that's utter foolishness what our brothers are demanding from our sisters. See, Tuma, hi, how are you, my brother? Like that hat. Both men and women have been going overseas to get their freak on. Women have been doing it for decades. Men of average financial means have just started doing it in the last 5 years. I'll agree with that. And I may think that the women have been doing it for longer than that, brother. You know, they've been doing that, you know. Kwame, is any of our brothers and sisters can be anti-tolerant and irresponsible, whether from home or abroad, in my opinion. Yeah, it's all of it is all over the world. Kwame again says most brothers are irresponsible as well. Most sisters are the same, and that's a fact. C2 says, no argument for me, and I agree. Okay, let's pull this up a little more. Okay. My experience, I was involved, 4 women from Ghana. One was a cheat, and the other one was so spoiled and brainwashed. I see a lot of that here, Brother Kwame. And I'm going to talk about that. You know, some, but not all. Okay, always ready. Right. I never say all. It's never all. When I did the Dwayne Wade show, there was a gay brother who made a long comment. He was like, listen, it is an agenda. Leave the kids alone. And he said, I'm gay. Don't soundbite me saying I'm gay. I'm saying this brother said he said I'm gay, right? Because people have chopped up stuff and made up all kind of stuff about me. He said, I'm gay, but I don't get down like that. He said, people don't even know that I am. I don't even act a certain way like that. I'm with you, SCURV. You know, that's sick and satanic to go after the children. Let them have a childhood and later on decide what they want to be. You know, so I wrote him, I responded, and you'll see in the comment section of that Dwayne Wade video we did 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, that I agree with him and I want to have him come on the show, right? The LGBT community hasn't reached out to me yet to say they agree with what Dwayne Wade is doing. So good, we agree on something, right? Too many bodies buried in somebody's system. It is what it is. It's true. It's true. Yvonne, how are you? I see you. Okay, let's roll up some of these. Sister Yala, I'm glad you're here. Yes, my beautiful sister. It doesn't make sense. It depends because anyone of our own African race can mistreat you, whether from Africa, UK, America, France, Germany, Italy, etc. You're right. You're right. You are right. And I agree with you. And if we all were in agreement, Kwame, Brother Kwame, the show will be over. But there are people out there swearing by certain ideologies because they had their own personal experience with someone from somewhere, whether it's America, Ghana, Brazil, whatever. It's everybody. You can't think that way. You cannot think that way. You know, I feel it's wrong when men and women going overseas for this foolish, yeah, for the foolish, yeah. If you find somebody who's from another country, whatever, and it happens to be that way, when you go straight for it like that, like I'm going there for this, you might not get it. Brainwashed by what, Kwame? Not being sarcastic, just want you to elaborate. Okay, I'm gonna leave the comments alone for a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all maybe just put some up so the world can see. You know, a lot of folks not on a computer, they might be on a cell phone and not pulling up the comments. But anyway, where can I start this part of it out? Okay, the title of the show is The African Houseboy Movement, the Clapback Answer to Passport Brothers. I said no. And I called it that. What do I mean by African Houseboy Movement? Let me tell you something about what I've seen here in Ghana, and it's not everybody, but I've seen it. I've seen a lot of it. This is something that's super undercover. It's not just American women coming over here and getting their freak on. It's something else that I see. And I've seen it at least 5 times personally, where I saw it for what it was. I'm not going to say always to people that I know closely, but people that I've seen or met through other people, and you saw enough of it to figure out what it is. Maybe 1 or 2 of them I knew a little closer, and they would not come on the show. I reached out to them, and I'm like, okay, keep getting your freak on. African Houseboy Movement, right? Here it is. There are many women who leave America, Black women, not all, but some, okay? I'm gonna keep saying that. There are some who have left America, who have given up on the American Black male, who is an American African, not an African American, but an American African, whether they know it or not, or whether they want to admit it or not. And they have left to come to different countries in Africa, but I can only speak on Ghana. I can speak on Ghana, and there's certain areas here in Ghana, not necessarily Accra, where many of our sisters who have retired early, retired at the proper age, or have a little money and came out here early, late 30s, 40s. It could be some that are earlier. You know, when you come out here, you're not going to come out here and I'm going to look to get a job. You better have a stream of income from somewhere else, even if it's a piece of a retirement check. You got to have something coming in, and you can add on to it in different ways, right? Many of a faction of our brothers here understand that. And just like we have sisters here, different countries in Africa, different places in the Caribbean, different places in South America. I've talked to people who are in this position. I've never been to South America, but I've talked to enough over the phone for hours and picking their brain. And they were very honest with me. There are many who are in these other countries, women who are looking for a man to save them. They have a warped look or view of America. And no matter what you tell them, you can change their mind. If you tell them the drugs and the crime and the economy and the stress and the high rents and high mortgages and just the overall stress of running the wheel, you don't want to go there. But no, I want to go to America. Okay, come on and find out. That's not to say you can't come to America and do well. No, I'm not saying that to discourage anybody, but when you go through torture and you go through what it is that's there, you well understand how nice it is in other places, even though it may not be perfect. So we have women who think this about America, right? And there's a lot of tricks that I will get in on what I don't want to forget this one, but I don't want to get off topic. So therefore, you have a lot of brothers out here. I can only speak about Ghana. And again, this is not all Ghanaian men. This is but a handful. What percentage? Is it 5%? Is it 1%? Is it 27%? Is it 99%? I couldn't tell you. But you know a man is aggressive, a man has testosterone, and he sees these pretty gorgeous American women coming from this great America. Remember the mindset on how to think about America. Oh man, they must have money. I know a lady out who moved out here who has a luxury truck. Can't say name. They were on her like flies. On her like flies. And she had bad experiences of how aggressive some of these guys were. She dated one person, and after a few weeks, he was asking her to buy him a car. He couldn't stay away from her because it was always something. I need money for this. I need money for that. She's retired. She's settled, but she can't take on taking care of a whole man. She has enough for herself and a little extra to enjoy herself in this economy that the American dollar is a little more powerful. But it doesn't mean you can't come out here and get broke, because there's certain things out here that when you calculate, it may be more than what you can buy over in America. Certain things in America are cheaper than they are in other places. Don't want to go into that whole thing, but you think cars are cheaper here when you purchase them? You go on and purchase a Toyota truck here, and you get the same truck there in America. You can talk them down. You ain't talking nobody down here, number one. And they may add the price of shipping the vehicle into the base price. So you're paying more. You're like, man, that's, but if you bring something from America, you're going to have to ship it too. So you're not getting away from it. They do have, especially here in Ghana, their own vehicle company that, they produce their own vehicles here in Ghana. Very good quality vehicles. That'd be the way to go. I think Nissan is going to be manufacturing parts here. Therefore, cars may be a little more affordable because you take out the shipping costs. But I don't want to talk about that. We can go into that. We want to keep it on point. So this friend of mine, a young lady, and I say young lady, if you're over 99, I may say woman or whatever, mature or whatever, but I call everybody young ladies. But she's got to be about 66, 75, whatever, very well preserved. They're all over her. The smiles, the Colgate smiles. Oh, my sister, so you are so beautiful, so and so. I'll drink your bath water. I'll stick the jam out your toes, among other things, right? And they just give it themselves because they want to attach themselves onto this person who they think has a lot of money. And again, this is not everybody, but it's a whole lot. I have been approached by many men here. Well, not no homo tip. I got a few of them like that. But like, do you know any women, know any sisters? Do you have any friends from America? I say, I have a lot of friends from America. What's up? Well, brother, I want to be with an American woman. I say, hey, brother, and I know where they're coming from, right? They think they're going to get an express route, I'm like, well, what do you have to bring to the table? What do you do with yourself? What do you do? What's your profession? What do you do? Oh, I am a hard worker. No, man. What do you do? I work hard. Okay, if you get up, so you're going to go to work tomorrow, right? Yes. Where are you going? I make money every day. I work hard. Okay, you don't have shit. So you trying to get with an American woman because you think that you're just going to jump in on this particular point where she worked so hard her whole life, and you could be right there riding shotgun with her, spending her money. No, it doesn't work that way, brother. Why would you say that to me? You don't know me, but she don't know you, and you can't give me an honest answer, and I'm not the one you're trying to date. So what's up? So I will say to a lot of sisters who are coming out here, I call it the African houseboy movement. Now, this is the reason why, right? You do have some of our sisters who they may be or may have an abundance of masculine energy. They may be career women who are go-getters. They may be the ones who are at odds with passport brothers. But I know of several on this side of the coin who have come here and they're not dealing with a man who, and that's this particular type, y'all. This is not all women, but nobody wants to talk about these things and break it down. I'm just telling you what I see. Now, these are those women who run the passport brothers, this type. I don't think there's anybody in this chat room who is like that, but they have attitudes, those. The masculine energy, and you better be making all this money. So now instead of dealing with the American African brother who may not have as much, who may want a real relationship, but they feel they're forced to go to another country to get a woman. And also some of the shysters that are Black brothers in America who can't get over on a woman with their hustles, so they run to the country thinking they can get cheaper pound for pound panani. There are some who go because they want that traditional thing with a woman. A woman doesn't want much. Well, some people say, well, you're lowering your standards. Hey, to each his own. A good home life is a wonderful thing, but you can't do it with no money, so you better have some money. You know, and if you're off the grid, then that's a better thing. And I've seen some successful like that. But African houseboy movement, or those women who have it all, they don't need a man for nothing as far as the financial or the material, but they don't want a man who has the backbone and really appreciates a mutual beneficial relationship where both people, when I say know their place, I don't mean like I'm putting anybody down, but they can agree to merge in a way where they move as one, even though they're two individuals who are not one. Because like I always say, when two people become one, like in the love songs, two people becoming one, if you're one and you split up, you're 50% of a person, right? So that being said, you are still two people who have overlap. And some parts of you as an individual may not overlap, but you learn to compromise with a person because you understand that you're dealing with an individual. Many of these types of modern day women, as they say it, the description ain't going for it. It's my way or the highway. So many of them will move out of the country, just like the passport brothers, or like Brother C. Tuma said, you know, they've been getting their freak on for a while, and they want to go somewhere else and do this and be buck wild, which I've seen them come here to Ghana to be buck wild and go back in their sweet pine purebred where they don't do anything like that. But, you know, we are all freaks, y'all. I'm just being funny, but I'm not being funny. We all have things, you know, but sometimes you don't want to do your thing in front of your job or, you know, in your job, your neighborhood, your family. You just want to be free and do everything and everything. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And I've sometimes in the past have been that guy, even though I was in America, that people have gotten their freak on with from somewhere else. So from that, trust me, I have a lot of experience. So when they come here, they will run into the guy that, oh, my sister, you are so beautiful. I want to marry. I want to have children with you. You are so beautiful. I will clean you from head to toe. We won't need no soap or water. I'll use my mouth. Whatever. They'll say, I've heard some crazy things. And I've seen some of these guys just pour their pseudo hearts out. Yeah, I think it's fakery most of the time. I've seen it. And it's these type of modern day women love the African houseboy movement because they are still in charge. You're my do boy. You do whatever I say. And they accept it. They love it. If that's what smokes your drawers, I'm not going to get mad at whatever you get in your, if that's what you want and you like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying I condone it or don't condone it. It's maybe not for me, but some women, they love it. And I've seen a lot like it. I'm not going to say where. I was at this resort, Mrs. SCURV and I, like a 3-day thing, right? And there were homes close to this resort, and the resort wasn't huge. And so locals would come to the bar area of that resort, which was open to the public, because it made it more interesting. And it wasn't in a highly populated area, but it was not in Accra per se, but it was up the coast a little more. I'll say it in Prom Prom, right? Prom Prom's not small, I don't think either, but you know, we got around, we met a lot of people up there. Beautiful properties up there, beautiful. Anyway, maybe I said too much. Anyway, the woman who was there, we were talking with her, and she lived close by. There are a few women who were there who were visiting from the UK, from the United States, and I think one from Italy. you know, some white women, some black women, and they were getting drunk and laughing and telling dirty jokes and, you know, told Mr. Scurv, you better be lucky you didn't let him come here by himself because we'd be all over him. Oh my God, you know what I mean? To get their freak on or enjoy just being free. Right? So the woman who lived close by, she was like, listen, I got to make a run to the house real quick. It's just a short walk. Why don't you all come with me? And so I didn't, but Mrs. Scurv said, no, y'all too. I said, okay. And this is an American woman, black woman. So she went to, we walked about, it took like 15 minutes. We were walking slow too, just walking. Some had their drinks and we're talking. And we got to the house. It was a nice big house. It wasn't the newest house, but it was well kept in this huge yard space. And so when we went in, there was a guy, I can't remember his name. There was a black man there. And he had to be about 30 and she was about 65. So he looked young for his age and muscular, and he was chopping up some of the bushes out there. She told him, she said, listen, I'm paying you well. You missed a few spots over there. You left it the last time. So I'm thinking that he's like an employee of hers. You know, people that come around and do the landscape and you pay them, you work out your little deal with them and whatnot. So then we all sat down for a while. She offered people more drinks. I drank some juice. We sat there for about 20 minutes. So I'm observing everything. I like to see the energy between how people react and deal with each other. I love human nature. So I'm chilling, I'm being pleasant, but I'm watching this thing. So the guy who was cutting now I can't say weeds, there were bushes and stuff he was trimming down. You know, he came by and he stood there for a while. She said, you want something to drink? And he said, yeah. And she said, well, you think you're better than anybody else? You need to go get it for yourself. I'm like, oh man, she just dogged the guy. So she had her mother sitting there, and the mother was in her 80s. This is what I saw for real, y'all. This is what I saw for real. You'll need to pay attention. Don't leave yet if you want to leave. If you got to pee, hold on to it. We'll come back. When the yard boy came out, I'm calling him that. I'm not putting him down. I'm just saying it for effect. She treated him like a yard boy. When he came back, he had a drink for himself, and he had a drink for a woman who owned the house, her mother. What's wrong with that? He gave her the drink, and she took it. And she said, come here. And she tongued him down. Hey, I'm not against May December relationships, but the yard boy tongue down. I mean, they put their head into it, just, and then she grabbed him by the back of the head and kept it going. I was like, oh shit. And then everybody else had their drink and they looking away. So then the daughter, who owns the house, she came out and she said, listen, you didn't dry the clothes from in the washing machine. You put them in the dryer. Put them in the dryer. So she walked behind him. He stopped. He went to go put the clothes in the dryer. You know what she said to him? Don't be too spoiled because I'm FUCKing you too. I was like, ah! So he was hitting off the mama who was subsidized being there by the daughter who owned the house and whatever. But nobody heard that. And he was so subservient. And she was so masculine in her energy. And I'm wondering, is this lady a tranny or something? And she was pleasant with me. And she was there standing to the side when he was tonguing them out. So it's not like, oh, you're cheating with me. No, look. As long as you keep yourself healthy, you can enjoy orgasms and sexuality and all that stuff. But our bodies, after a while, begin to fail. So you know what women, all they do is go, pat, 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 wet it up a little bit, and be good to go. But the mother and the daughter were sharing the yard boy, but he's not a yard boy. He's about 30 years old, but he was too young for her and mama who was 80-something years old. Yeah, I have to tell that one. I didn't know name, I just said the area. Maybe that's too much. Maybe somebody will come in the comment section and be like, yes, I used to deal with both of them too, or I'm the yard boy you're talking about. So what do I mean by African houseboy movement? There are some men who live here, some, not all, who are so glad to be with an American woman or a UK woman, or some woman from abroad, from an economy that seems to be doing very well in other parts of the world. That's security for them. So they will do anything. They will take the abuse, and they don't take it that way like maybe one of us from the West would. Like, what you talking about? You know, doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Then you'll be on the curb because that's what they want. Because those women who may be these modern day masculine corporate type women who, you know, I got this, I got that. I don't need no man. But you say you don't need no man, but you're always taking care of you. He's taking your guts out. When it was time for us to go back, she had him drive all of us in her vehicle. And she was on the slide a little bit with something, because when me and Mrs. SCURV got out the vehicle, we were back. She's like, I'm going back. She's nice to meet you. Come by anytime. And she ran her lips over her tongue over her lips, like, and winked at me. I was like, oh man, you know, I see where this is going. But there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that going on. I didn't know the person, but I went with somebody else to visit one of their friends. And there was a guy that we were in the living room, but the house where there was a bed right next to the living room. So he came out, he didn't know. He came out to pull his towel up around him, and she's like, oh, I'll be out in a little while. Blink! And the tea fell out. I'm like, okay, she's naked. She could be naked in the house, but the dude was in the room with her. And then she introduced the dude as the person who, you know, takes care of the yard. But there's a lot of bushes that we can't see that he was taking care of, obviously. And I've spoken to people who know of situations like this, where there are some women who are sick and tired of the games. And I'm not taking sides. I'm just explaining everything I saw. It's like when the police come to you and say, what did you see? Whether you know the person or not, like the person or not, you're going to tell the truth, right? But there are a lot of women who come here who are sick of the games that many brothers in the West, I'm not saying all brothers, I'm just saying some, they had their fill of the games, and they would rather, as opposed to having just a battery operated boyfriend, they would rather have that African houseboy in the house that will do and listen to everything they say to do and service them. And they don't have to work. Just be home for that woman, be with her, you know, be attractive, be healthy, be able to service her every need. Even if it's something freeish, they don't mind. You know, they'll lick your top, back, front, top, bottom, front, and back. You know what I mean? So there's some people who are like that. But there are a lot of brothers out here in the motherland, and Gambia and different places, not just here, but it's big here too also. They will try you when they can, and they can smell you can put all the kente cloth on and the head wraps and maps of Africa hanging off your ear, banging on your shoulder, put ox on, whatever. They can sniff that you are from the West, and they will approach you. And of course, they're single. They don't have anybody else. I've seen big age gaps, like even as like 65 and 22. They will serenade you. This brother's got no shame because they know the economy is hard out here. I've seen, and then you have the white women, which this is not about that. I'm talking about the sisters, our sisters from the West, but I'll stick this one in. You see some white woman, oh my God, you wouldn't even sit in the same chair as them after they got up in a restaurant. You're like, I'm not saying to put them down because of race. I'm just saying, like, yo, your gut is down by your ankles. You look terrible. And the way they're fat on the body, I've seen dudes have their arm around them, all lean and handsome and muscular, and all over the woman in public, and she's eating it up because now you made her feel beautiful. I'm talking about the white women now. And the same goes for the sisters too, but it slips under the radar a little more. Only when you see there's a big age gap between, right? But I've seen some of these black guys out here with these white women. These white women would never get the attention that they're getting. They come out here specifically for that because they want to feel for a time that they're beautiful and desired and the whole black man thing. But like I said, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna use my phone and I see it out in public because I always do. I'm not gonna run up anybody in their face. I'm gonna take some pictures because I'm out here, y'all. Come on now, you know I'm out here. This is not like fake footage or whatever. But I see so much, sometimes you see it quick. And I'm gonna catch it quick on my camera and I'm gonna show it to you right here. And you're gonna see it. I'm gonna start approaching people. Hey, how you doing? Can I interview you guys? Not like tell them what I'm doing it for. Hey, what's your name? Where are you from? Really? Oh, how did you all meet? Playing innocent. And we'll chop it up when we bring it back here. Oh man, double A vibes, you've seen it. I missed a few of the comments. I'm sorry that I have. I've been talking. Let me see. Okay. Ooh. So you know about this, huh? Me and Mr. SCURV went to the beach over there. There was kind of situations like that going on right there. I think it's Cocoa or Bright. I think there's an R in there somewhere. You know, it's hard. Some of these places are so hard to spell and whatever. Let's see. Let me see some of these comments. If I was in that field just on the basis of a Ghanaian, I really feel funny about that. People can do what they want, but the oddball treatment, yeah, that's crazy, Lance. I know of it. I do. I'm glad you agree with me, you know, as a Ghanaian, because I'm not putting down my Ghanaian brothers and my sisters, but I'm not putting them down. And I understand that there are some Ghanaian brothers here, and I'm only speaking because I'm in Ghana. The same thing goes in different countries in Africa, but since I'm not there, I cannot say it. I'm very transparent in how I speak. You as a Ghanaian, you understand that I'm not saying that's everybody, because there are some men who are well-traveled from Ghana who may not want to, I'm not going to say not want to deal, but their intellect and their experience is on a higher level. Some that I would have to look to, like, brother, you're a brilliant brother. You know, I can shake a stick compared to you. And they may not want one of their sisters here who may be in a different status, no put down. But it's appealing to them that there may be an American woman or a woman from the UK who they can vibe with a little better because of that. Now, there are women from America and the UK who come here who are ratchet. That Ghanaian brother is not going to deal with the ignorance. See, so there's so many different factors that when this is up as a video, you can't come at me, well, you said all of this and all of that. You see what I mean? Let me see here. Let me see what Indigo King said. We still have a lot of work to do. And I thought, oh, yeah, exactly. We all should be in a constant state of working on ourselves. You know, in the body beach, yeah. Oh yeah, I had like 4 Herman Munster looking white women with spots and discoloration and cellulite where they shouldn't be done. And they were staring me down like I was a piece of meat. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Go in the bedroom with them and hear the theme from the Munsters? You know what I mean? Oh, you damn lady. You know what I mean? They could hardly stand up. Yes, double A. We could vibe on that. And if I'm ever wrong on anything or whatever, but I'm only going to speak on what I know, but I like people to know that it's not everybody. I remember I went to the bodybuilding competition last year, a couple months ago, and there were a few of the competitors there that they knew me from the YouTube channel here, right? And so we were talking, and they found out that I was into bodybuilding. They were like shocked that I knew so much. And after a while, toward the end, when they were like kind of comfortable with me, but 2 of them, hey man, do you know any American sisters that they can? And you could see that it was that kind of thing. Like they wanted to, and I know there are a lot of bodybuilders, not all, but there are a lot of bodybuilders who get into these relationships with these women who are a little damaged and milk up because, and that's a whole different topic. You know, there's a lot of experiences that I can isolate and talk about, or I can bring it in and kind of blend it in, but I'll just say this much. Like I used to train back in the late 70s and early 80s. My last competition was April of 85. In the gyms and different gyms I've been in, I've noticed that there were a lot and it's different now. A lot of guys making money, but back then nobody was making money. In the competitions, you could be the most famous person in the magazine, but you really weren't making money, right? A lot of them they gravitated toward women who were damaged, right? Because they could sense that. Damaged and well paid. And so because they had the bodies of a Greek god, which they ain't Greek gods, they're African, you know what I mean? Like a statue, just the way they look. Those women felt so good having a man who looked this way that even though he didn't have it in the pocket, it was hardly working or working some job that didn't pay him well, that they were willing to fill in the gaps of what he lacked, you see, so that the image of him could look so good, it made her look good. If she bought a car, he was the one driving it. If she went shopping, she always had to shop for him with the best clothes to make him look good, because it was part of the filling up the voids inside of herself and her low self-esteem through this man. And he would say all the right things at the gatherings and how much he loved her, because it was a hustle on both sides. They both had their voids and it was a hustle. I know about that thing. But coming back to the African brothers who hear my experiences in Ghana, they would do the same thing. In public, the ones that I saw, they would just, the lady would eat something, he'd try to feed her with the spoon or the fork and wipe around her mouth and pat her head when it looked like she was sweating, or whatever piece of lint in her head, he's pulling it out. When she walks with it to the restroom, he's just looking at her like she's the best thing. And I saw this one Ghanaian brother with this white woman, and I think she was like living here, because I would keep seeing them like month after month, and this couldn't have been a vacation, but I knew she was from somewhere else. When she walked away, her backside was no good looking backside, because, you know, we talk as black men, man, she got a big behind, man, she looked good. No, don't say big, because that might be all you get. Big don't mean better. You want something well shaped that, you know what I mean? But just big. When she walked away, I thought I was in the car wash. You know, the car wash where you go and you stay inside your vehicle and the things just like that. That's what it looked like. I said, please don't back up on me. And I looked at the brother. He looked and he looked in shame. He looked at me. I just looked at him, and he threw his head like back in shame. You know, ambience. I see you here. Yes, I sent you a message. I've been going so hard. Greetings. Well, I was just listening because I'm quite late until my network got disrupted, which was confirmation by a Ghanaian bigamist. Okay. All right. We need further explanation of that one. Lance, how is it a clapback when black women started the movement before black men? We just didn't put a name on it and make a big deal of it. Yeah. I would say it's a new surge of that. Because just like when Stella got her groove back, it was just to get your groove back. And a lot of women who have been doing it to get their groove on, it was mostly that, I would say. But now, a lot of the sisters are really coming out and settling for this type of arrangement that may be void in so many different aspects. That's the best way I can explain it. A lot of them, like I said before, you just got back on, I think, they're tired of the hope of having a real man. Not to say that these guys are not real men, but they're not going to make certain demands or come back with something like these guys here who are just glad to have an American woman, number one. You know, and they have the skin thing going on here too. So if you're lighter, that's even better. That's not me saying it. We know that sickness in our minds that we've been indoctrinated to think that, oh, she's lighter, she's better. That's over here too. You see the women, when I do my little walk around videos, how they bleach and the ads about bleaching. They bleach here worse in America and in the Caribbean, especially Jamaica. Let me get a little sip of this here. I can't see how somebody would smoke crack. pool juice going down in the hot African. Well, these lights got nothing to do with Africa. It's just making me sweat. Right? Okay, let me see a few comments here. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm from Ghana. You should be careful with morons who have no morals, but not all our brothers are from Ghana. We don't think like them. And that's true. I'm gonna say you just have to be very careful. Let's talk about some of the hustles that I know. When I see that shit, Lance, it burns me badly, not in hate, just sadness. Yeah, seriously. Because there are complications over here. You know, what you say, D. Griffin. I've done some little in-house joke shows where I tell stories and stuff, but people have been telling me, like, you better do that, right? But I don't know if a lot of my brothers out here would understand my brand of humor. But I make it so clear. But yeah, I'm going to get, that's something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to get into acting, never did it. You know, did some little drama stuff, but I always felt that I can do good with that. So wherever, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I'm set up now soon to have more time and everything settled to pursue things. I'll go to a club down here where they're doing that. They'll come up from the audience. I'll get right up and do it. You all know me. I have no hold back, no fear on nothing. But I got to have things right to a certain point. And I will videotape it and show you if I bomb or not. Trust me. Yeah, ambience. Wherever we go, it's always something. I come here. I'm not putting it down here, but the romanticism that I saw when I got here, I have that in my heart and still do. But to see how the colonizer has our minds messed up all over the world, and I don't take what props they give to me because I'm from America, my American brother. No. It's because of who I am. It's not because of where I'm from. And it's not that you want to go over there. You have a lot going on here. The economy may be a little rough. But there's so much here that you're going to miss if you go. Trust me. And you may be where you can't come back. You know, that economy over there in America, you see that there's more money, but everything is higher. I don't hold back. The rent I pay in this apartment, which is a two bedrooms, little living room, little dining area, kitchen, a little bathroom over there, half bath, and 2 full bathrooms, a balcony in the back, and an open second floor. You have railings and stuff. The people from the 3rd floor have to walk down, but you can still go out there. Quiet, safe. Things happen. Somebody tried to break in and push the window open when it was all the units here. It was one of the workers who sold my equipment here. He stuck his hand in it and broke my green screen. I have a portable green screen over there that I can fold down and take. And this wall behind me is just painted green, right? But anyway, $2,600 for the year. $2,600 for the year. You don't even have the stress over you like, I got to come up with that. There are people in New York City paying more than that. Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Miami, Orlando. There are some people paying more than $2,600 for the year. What am I complaining about? What am I complaining about? I've been trying to pay the light bill. But every time I say, hey, the light's cut out, the landlord puts it on and stays on for months. I'm like, hey, how much do I owe you? Zero, don't worry about it. What? You don't want to go to America if you're from here. If you do, you better be set, but be ready to work. There are certain situations that are good and were good, but you decide for yourself. Because I'll tell you from now, the United States is not what it used to be, and it was rough back then. But since it got rougher, we appreciate the rough times of the past. Like, you know what? It wasn't always that bad. Wow. Everything is money there. You park your car on a spot that you're not supposed to park, but you run right here real quick. You look down the block, you don't see that all of a sudden there's this big truck trying to pick up your car like a sliced pizza. You know, when you pull out the oven, it's like, damn, and the stress. You see? Oh, let me see some of these comments. Some of you are paying that much. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they ain't getting that much. And the roaches are free. That's what it is. Okay, here it is. Tumor. Ulterior motives are the way of life because of the intentional struggle. Yes, you're right, audience. You know, I'm from Jersey, and I know people paying $2,500 a month for 1,100 square foot efficiency. You're right. You're right. It's quiet here. I mean, I could take a walk 3, 4 in the morning and not worry about that. I know it could be a little scary. They ain't gonna bother me, but I'm just saying. I don't let Mr. SCURV go nowhere without me unless it's right here in the community, in the block. And even push come to shove, if she had to or some circumstances I really wouldn't worry. I keep her on the phone though, but usually I'm gonna be right there. You know, what you saying? You about to spit out your water? What about the red Indigo King? Yeah, serious. ACJ, welcome home. Glad you're here. We're just wrapping it up, talking. I'm not saying I'm wrapping it up right now. I'm just saying we're kind of rapping about this situation. Oh, for the roaches too, right? Yeah, those friendly little roaches, you know, come out. Hi, how you doing? I've been here for the last 3 tenants, and we won't bother you. You don't bother us. Just leave a little food across the refrigerator, and we'll get along quite well. Mess with us when you have a little dinner. We will crawl behind that guest, and you'll have to get up and make a scene. Right? That's how they do. Quan says, Majola Clan, the worst part is that he's also on the down low and a swinger. What the heck's wrong with these people selling their souls for clout, to power, and to abuse those they perceive to be vulnerable? They're out here. They're out here. There's some guys out here. I'm not ragging. I'm talking about everywhere now, America and Ghana and other places. Men are men and dicks are dicks, you know, and we should have to go through registration process and some type of class, you know, to have that dick that feels real good, you know what I mean, when things are done to it, because, you know, dick abuse is really prominent in our community, even more so because in our society, being attacked so much as Black men, being looked down with low expectations, a lot of us only feel we have power when it comes to the dick. We only want to grab our dicks. Like, not about the mind. I'm not saying everybody now, but you see them. You know, you see brothers out there who, you know, they don't have nothing going on for themselves except their dick. So they'll see a young lady going to work early in the morning. Hey, girl, you beautiful. Can I talk to you? And she might say, I'm a little busy. I can't talk to you. Oh, you think you all that? I'll tear your back out. It's all about this dick and this power thing. So now, you know, we have a chance to have multiple women, and it's a power trip, you know, and especially for some who have been done bad by a white supremacist system, you know, for them to see a woman who is going down on them and they sit like, I can't believe I got this white girl sucking on me. Yeah, 400 years, baby. You know, all these talented, I know them. I know people like this, you know, and there's some brothers out here who will do to a white woman what they would never do to a sister. Oh, nigga, you nasty. You be licking a woman with her backside? You be licking me? Oh, you nasty. White girl come all fat, cut his cheese open the cracker behind. He there, tearing it up. I love it, baby. Put it on my face. Sit on my face. Yeah. So we got work to do, y'all. We got some serious situations that we got to deal with as Black men and Black women being attacked, not just only physically, which is bad enough, but mentally, the psychic battles, the things from our youth, the voids that we haven't dealt with, that we don't even know exist. We react in a certain way, and we don't know why we go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. We have a lot to deal with on the inside. And sadly, what I'll say, just from experience, because I'm nobody's scholar, this is nothing, and we don't have to research and have stuff kicked back. Well, 79% of so. No. We are messed up. We are messed up. We're great. We're strong. We're the original people of the world. But dealing in this current system, we are messed up. And we need to get to work on ourselves. And even if the sad thing is that I've known people from, they've died before, like they were born after me and they died before me. That's like really freaks me out because I'm like, it could happen, you know, at any time. When you're driving, you see on the back of windshield, born in 1979, died in 2010. You're like, oh man, I was born in 63. And this is 2023 and I'm still going strong. Your time can come. It's not like transition time is going to be like, oh, okay, tomorrow, just be here. You can't go anywhere. You're going to die tomorrow. You don't know. That's why I'm always in the moment. And I always try to vibe in that moment where I'm in. After this show is over, I know it's over. I'm on to the next one. Let's be in the moment. I'm not sitting here all anal. Hi, how are you? This is the LANCESCURV. No, I want you to feel the real me. That's why I can do this every day. I don't have to be fake and come up with slogans and no, can't do it. Listen to the back. She's talking on the phone. Phone call came, one of her good friends. So I said, okay, she was going to come on tonight. Her microphone is right there. I might still try to bug her and get her on. But she has a lot to say about this particular topic. And she's experienced it here. She's experienced it in Jamaica. She's experienced it in America. And this is about all of us now, all over the world, where we have been in touch or been touched by that one who wants us wiped off the face of the earth. They did a serious number on our psyche. And even when other people are not around, and I'm not saying we're all screwed up, because you come into this imperfect place in the engineered world, you know, for life. A lot of us are born into situations that we have to take many decades to get over, while still being able to act what they consider normal, but there is no normal. We know that. That's a place we visit from 9 to 5, or whatever time we work, we put on, yes, I know how to act, but we could be jacked up, you know? And I've been through stuff. Look what I've been through with my older brother who was on drugs. It was a perfect childhood other than that, you know? And still I feel, and it's no perfect situation, but there was a lot that I have to be thankful for that is with me to this day. It has given me tremendous insight that I don't have to work on these things from back 20, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, because I was put ahead. You see what I mean? If I messed up anything, it was on me. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have been greater in something else, but I was busy being worldly, and I want to know. And being worldly at that time, I think helped me, because there are things I'm not going to fall for at this age. That many men hit their midlife crisis and they dump their wife and run with the young girl and realize they did something damn stupid. Because this time flies by quick. And I really speak to a lot of people. I said it yesterday. I was speaking to Mrs. SCURV about that early on. Me being 60 in a few weeks and 70's right there. So I'm trying to get as much done as I feel to. I'm here for a purpose. I'm not here, well, I'm just going to travel and just go here and get money and just poof out. No, I have a sense of urgency. There's something I have to do. I don't have to rip nobody off. If I was into them rip off things, I'd probably be the best one at it, and slick too. I just can't do that. You see a woman, you got to rip her off for money. You don't want to be with her. You just want you want an advantage. And the people who can do that, there's sharks out here, male and female, who can do that. And you're missing something. There's something missing with you if you can just do that. If you want it to be a certain way, you need something, be straight up. Listen, you know, I got all this loving over here, and you by yourself, and you know, you have your money and you're a nice person. You may not be the first person I choose, but let's get together and give each other what we need. Be real. Maybe it can work out. I don't know. But in all of this, there's this deception that I don't respect. I really don't respect it. There's something I need from anybody. I'm going to say, listen, this is what I need. This is what I offer. Let's make a deal. So many people, they don't think that way. They try to fool the next person. And everybody out here ain't stupid. They might roll with you for a little while before they push you to the curb, because it's almost like we hold back something, but we don't want to commit, but we want. Because we're holding stuff back, we can't receive because our hands are not open. The monkey thing where he put his little hand in a little plastic, little hole to grab the rice. When he balled up his hand to, you know, pull the rice out, he couldn't pull his hand out. if he turned his hand upside down and opened it, made it thin, he could pull his hand out and get a little bit at a time. That's just the way it is. But these games that are played on all ends, I know, and I'll say it. I'm not going to drop a person's name, but a place. Cape Coast, Ghana. Cape Coast, Ghana. Cape Coast. You have what? The Elmina slave castle. It wasn't a castle, that's why I say dungeon. And you have the Cape Coast slave dungeon, castle, whatever you want to call it, which I've been to them several times. But there you will find more pound for pound single black women with African houseboys. I got to say it. Not all, but some. Cape Coast, you want some single American retired women? Go ahead. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying what folks know. And folks know the game. A cry, a hard place. If you think you're going to come here and rule because you come from America. Fellas, let's flip it over a little bit. Let me throw something here for the fellas, right? It's, let me see some of, I know I'm missing some good comments, right? Okay. Right, ambience, which is said here. Why can't the black man and woman vibe for the most part? Let me just say that this is not every situation, but it's a whole lot more than what we think. And there are Ghanaian men and women who can vibe with Western men and women and their marriages. And there's some people who are here in the chat room, not here presently, but you know, American and Ghanaian man, beautiful relationship. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but there's a lot of frauds out here. That's like you wanting to get some gold and some dude walks through the street, opens up his coat. Got some gold here, man. Got some gold here. Pick your piece. I give it to you for a good price. Like, hey, let's go to the pawn shop and validate that this is real. No, I ain't got no time. You don't trust me? No, I don't even know you. No? Let me see what else is here. C2 says, obvious, the world system we've all been born into has many of us heavily indoctrinated to capitalize on and compete with each other. You're so right. It's here too. You have Ghanaians here who are, or who have, especially some of the women, who have that American condescending way. Like some Americans that travel abroad, Black Americans will have this condescending, well, I'm from America, whatever. I've heard some really vicious statements. A woman, oh, my handbag is worth more than his car. He better understand. What? How you gonna come here? You can see that the person may be suffering in this economy. Why don't you say something like that? Would you like it when the white woman said that to you as a black woman in America? Why would you duplicate this type of behavior? But men come here and they want to do that. They want the white man or the white woman treatment. And there's some sisters who come and you better bow down. And they will travel, not to travel and move about and have fun. They'll travel and bring 25 suitcases. No, not really that much, right? 25 suitcases of their best outfits to go and print. And they're not even enjoying the trip. They just want to go and show out and have the people look at them a certain way. And somebody may ask them, you know, hey, I'm broke, I need some money, and give them like one peso, one, and like just to say, and they're looking like, what the heck? You got money like that? Not that everybody here's a beggar. Those are the kind of people, I don't mind them getting ripped off. I have no pity for them. You don't come here for that. So they won't date a man making 50K, but within African. Yeah, but see, they will not demand those types, that specific type. I'm not talking about all American women. 50 is nothing for them, and they'll put that brother down. But because that African who has that mindset, not all, but some, they're in complete control. And they know you can't step off, you can't do anything. I control all of this. And those women lots of times are control freaks. And they got you by the balls. And they'd rather it that way, because maybe in the past they were hurt. Doesn't mean your next relationship has to be that. There are a lot of men who come out here for that. There are a lot of men who come out here from America. And when look, there's a lot of, let me tell you something. And I've seen it. Mrs. SCURV don't mind me saying it. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful black women out here, especially out in the villages, hundreds of miles away. Ain't no McDonald's nowhere near. Ain't no, you know, where it may not be some money flow kind of place, but it's beautiful. And they have their little homes and they have their farm and the aunts and the uncles and everybody takes care of everybody. And the women are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Some of them have such beautiful spirit. They're not caught up in the whole intoxication of, I want to live this city life and I want to have this career and I need to drive this SUV that's $150,000 at least before we start throwing on amenities, right? But they're simple. Not simple like, oh, nigga, you simple. Simple, uncomplicated type of women out there and brothers. And they may not be up on the Hollywood gossip. They may not even have the latest cell phone, much less a cell phone. If they got a old looking cell phone, there might not even be a signal where they live. They're not concerned with these kind of places. Well, when they invite you in and bring you a plate of food, the way they bring you the plate of food and sit it down and bring you a hot towel to clean your hands and sit there and watch you enjoy the food. Do you need more? Do you so and so? And the teeth are perfect and the body's perfect. They don't have the attitude that comes with a weaponized physique body, right? Now, you know, ass in the black community is currency to a point. It pulls weight. Damn, girl, can make the harshest of players or hustlers melt them down. You want to see some of that out here? You ain't seen nothing yet in America. I ain't putting my American sisters down. I've seen some shapes out there. What I'm saying, pound for pound. But the humbleness, they're not even caught up. Oh, you want to get with this? You want some? No, they don't have none of that. In Accra, yeah. And they will act like they're not like that to play you. Those who are like that, I can tell you. I want to go out maybe Saturday and just talk to women and men about different things like this on the camera and play it over here in the show so you can see for yourself the varied responses that I would get, you know, I see. Okay, see, Toomer says we weren't made to compete with each other in relationships, but to thoroughly respect each other's humanity and the spirit of cooperation. My brother, you are so correct, really. And I will say, at the time knowing you online here, we've never met face to face, but you're a gentleman, you're considerate, and you're a throwback to a time when love and respect and integrity was the thing. We had shysters back then, but you're the real deal. And a lot of women are missing out. They're missing out because they don't have a brother like you. You understand? And a lot of times when they get beat up all through the games and life, whatever, they want to come to you after they're beat up now. But see, Tuma, salute to you, my brother. You're the real thing. You're classy, intelligent, you're considerate. And a lot of women may in the past have overlooked you, but that's their loss. I'll say that much. You know, sisters, and these sisters out here, you hit your number, I'll make sure Tuma gets it. But you got to be on the up and up. It's a quality man right here, right? Kwame, most of all men and women are so misled by the so-called streets and cities paved with gold. I know. Yes. I'll go through a few of these quicker, whatever. Also, there's a charisma these Africans give off out of desperation. Yeah, they got to do it. It's like the dude is locked up in prison. He may not know how to write too good, but he gonna learn then how to write them notes to make sure the 7 he's talking to or got children with will be their form as long as they don't find out each other. Desperation is a hell of a thing, right? Here we go. Lovely Brand, they should be glad they're not being dumbed down by the cell phones. Before cell phones, I used to be able to remember at least 15 phone numbers. Now I'd lose this phone. You're right. And a lot of them don't even have any need for that. I saw on the outskirts going up to the mountains, there were some children, young teenagers, barefoot, kicking a soccer ball. There was no goal areas. They were just kicking it and they had their own thing made up. And they were having, they were laughing. You couldn't, I hate to say it, but in America, how many of our youngsters would appreciate just that? Just that. They didn't have any special gear. They just had shorts on and they were playing and they had fun. I said, look at this. Look at this. And they appreciated that so much. There was another, about a year ago, year and a half ago, I was walking down the street, and these youngsters, they were young teenagers, they were kicking a ball that had already been deflated and couldn't inflate again. It was just like a floppy. They were still playing with it. And I was like, oh man, I can't see that. So when I got down to the market, I saw like 3 of them, really good quality. I just bought 3 and I put it back. And 2 of them are outside still. And they want to take all 3. I said, I ain't gonna do that. Hey, you take one. I tossed one over one of the fences and over the other ones, whatever. And they were so happy. They came in the next day. Oh, mister, we want to thank you for the balls. I said, no, don't worry about it. Let's just have fun. If it messes up again, let me know. How much is that to invest? You know, they're not bugging nobody and give me this and give me that and attitude. No, you know, back to the issue. Yeah. A lot of the women who come and they want that when shun a guy making 50,000, but get a brother who, it's a psychological. I'm not saying you couldn't love anybody who doesn't have much, but they want the control. They do not want to be disputed, confronted, challenged. They want the control. It has to be that, you know. Let me see here. Yeah. You know, you can go to LANCESCURV.com, and I have a chat room stay that's 24 hours. And when you go there to chat, you don't have to be public where a 3rd or 4th person can see you. You can stay outside in the public part of the chat. You could also make a private room. Okay. Now, on the front page of LANCESCURV.com, right below, is that same room. You have to log in through. You can do it. Let me see. I should memorize this, right? It's mine. And I'll say that through the actual chat role, which is called, or Facebook or Twitter, or as a guest, and you put whatever name you want. And once you go in there, you can send a request to chat private, and everything that you spoke is private, even if 50 million other people are in that room. And lots of times I've had shows where I wouldn't just keep it on YouTube. I put it somewhere else, but I put it on the site where we have the chat room. And that chat room is 24/7. So nobody has to give up their information until you feel comfortable to talk to somebody on the phone or whatever. So listen, it's there. And I tell everybody, I'm gonna drop the link in a second here, that if you meet somebody at the club or somebody, whatever, hey, meet me here. We can chat all night long. You know, I'm gonna drop it right now. And that's the direct page where it's just the chat room. But the same chat room that you see on other pages or on the homepage of LANCESCURV.com, it could be 2 of them. Like, okay, it's not like there's a lot of people there or anybody there. It's usually when we have shows. Like right now, everybody's on the YouTube chat. Nobody's over there right now. So if you go there, well, Lance, I didn't see anybody. Well, you're gonna have to say, hey, meet me here at 4:30 a.m. Get your time zones right, line it up, go there, talk a little bit. Let's go private. Let's talk. And you can talk all you want until you feel comfortable to share your phone number. It can be used that way too. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a good thing. And if you see tumor, meet somebody or say, hey, you know, you don't have to give your number. You don't have to whatever. Meet me. Let's really talk. And then you can erase what you have in the chat room. Just you get rid of that too. You know, rent the roster. Same thing. You know, out of desperation, you have some brothers who, you know, they're hanging low, they're swinging low, swing low, head of my penis. Have a white woman to carry me home, or a sister who has money, and they're desperate, so they're gonna give you the hot loving. How they say it, they're gonna give you the deep dicking. They're gonna talk to you, and they will even do things that other than I ain't doing that. That's gonna be putting me to shame. You see what I mean? And they will do it. They will say it. You know. Yeah, exactly. Our sisters need all the help they can get. All of us need all the help we can get to network and connect, because we know that most of the time we're braced now for situations that are not too pristine, but there's always a C tumor out there. Beautiful brother who any woman in their right mind would love to have in their life. It's not like, well, let's put a good word in for me. He'd be shocked I'm saying these wonderful things about him, but I've seen this over the years about you, brother. The comments that you've made, the things that you've expressed. You deserve all that you can. I'm not saying all you can get, like you need 10 women, because you don't want that. You've already expressed that, right? But there's too many people, men and women, go for the frauds. They go for the fraudulent thing. They know that, okay, well, how do you know it's fraudulent? You have to try it out. Well, so many people work on looking like the real thing as opposed to being the real thing, knowing we're human and we're still not perfect. We all have a little scratch and dent going on with us. You know what I mean? I was a strikingly handsome young man at 20 years old. Now I'm like, if I can look a little all right for my age, but I'm not even thinking about that right now. It's quality of life for me. You know what I mean? And we don't realize how fast this artificial thing called time is moving. I would just suggest, and this is off topic, stop watching the clock. I state my age all the time because I know my business on the radar screen and I always want to, but I'm always living in the moment. You did not see me, well, let me read from the thing I wrote down here. I jotted this down. No, I'm talking to you from the heart and shooting from the hip. I can do this every day because I do this every day. We attack those topics. Let me see what my brother was saying here. I am shocked, Lance. Yeah, we go back for years, so you know much gratitude. Yeah, I will always, brother. You're a snazzy dresser, you know. You're not aggressive with women like that. You know, no, I can. There's a lot of people I know online here, and I can vouch for them, even though I may not have shook their hand or sat down or even a phone call. I already know. I'm going to always look out for you, brother. He's a good man. You know, he's a good man. You know, leave a comment in the comment section or shoot me something at LanceScurv.com, and I'll let you know, see Tuma, what's up. If you need to rent a man as a woman, it may be time for you to rethink your life. Well, see, I'm not going to take up for those types, Tracy J, because we've had our conversations. We communicate clearly. But I'll say this. There's some women and men, but most men will be doggish about it. Like, I'm just going to go pay for this one and do whatever. But a lot of women have gone through life and been disappointed time after time after time again. And I kind of look at it like what Mike Tyson said when he was really out there as heavyweight champ and really like in the 90s and that when he came out of prison and still wilded out a little bit. He said, he revealed in this interview, and he's always brutally honest, that it was a money thing. Like, I got to pay money to get a woman to lay with me. Whatever. You know, they knew he had money anyway, but he was like, he wanted it this way that night. He might have been feeling down. And he told the woman, as if they were settling around, when you make love to me, tell me you love me, lie to me, and make me believe it. That's quite profound. Like, you gave up on that so much that you got to tell a woman, listen, it's almost like saying, listen, I know you don't care for me. You just want the money I have. You just don't want to spend no time. You want to skedaddle. If I paid you, you'd run. But just give me this illusion. Lie to me to tell me you love me and make me believe it. I'm paying you to make me believe it. That means you don't think it exists and you don't deserve it or whatever. That's sad. And with a lot of our sisters who have gone through life, situation after situation after situation and situations, they're tired. They know that that guy, that Rasta or that Ghanaian or that Gambian, whoever, wherever it is in the world, that's serenading them like they just want to feel what that's like, even if they know it's not sincere. But they know this already. A lot of men don't know this, right? And some women don't. But a lot of them who go out there, they know. They know when they leave from that 2 or 3, 4 week vacation. That man got a key to the hotel room they're in, laying up with them. They're paying for everything. They know what's up. Give me the illusion. Let me experience that also. Because if it's never real for me, and it's sad, I'm not saying that these women never really had true love. And a lot of them, you know, we're all freaky a little bit. We would just do things and see what it's like and be done. I'm not going to say that it was about love. Some women who have lived look, let me go dig in the archives. Some of the freakiest women in the world are the most conservative. It wouldn't be seen or dropped. They wouldn't be seen anywhere near anything that's not conservative and low key and decent. I know. Listen, baby, when you come on over, the back door be open. after 2 o'clock, you got to leave by 4:45. You know what I mean? No problem. You see him in the street. Good afternoon. How are you? How are you? And the night before, what were y'all doing? So the most conservative ones. So some will go on these little adventures and have a different energy where their lifestyle doesn't allow them to be that way. It may not be where they're looking for love. Some of the guys may try to approach them on that love level, like, listen, boy, you good. I'm not looking for that. Just tear me up at night and just let's have a good time. And I got to go back home to live. You know what I mean? I know some who have been on the show, who've written books about it. And she talked about it. I'm going to drop that. She came to the house and talked about it. How she met this roster and she was paying all this money, lots of money. And he had her going and broke her heart. And he was some white woman from the UK. Looked like the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, some of these guys, they got a cut-off chick, man. The woman can look like a dog, Fido. And they hunching the dog. Move the tail out the way. Come on, let's go. Some guys they're like Terminators. What must be done, they will do. They're not even caring about you. They trying to get your money. They're not, because PUSSY to them is PUSSY. If they can't break you with the dick in the sweet talk against the backdrop of Jamaica, which works in their favor, because you're thinking this is like a video. And this is something he's done time and time again. And it doesn't have to be where you are on the righteous side of the energy to have a gift of discernment, because a lot of demons have the gift of discernment. That's how they survive. Like I said, back in the day, World War II, before things were, how do they say it now? The digital thing where you can't infiltrate the enemy's communications. You communicating what you're going to do, and your enemy is on the same frequency listening, saying, fool, they're telling the whole business. You see what I mean? So they can read you because this is what they do. Like a prostitute in the street, working the street corner. She knows who she can approach. She can see a little nervous, horny energy and intimidation. The dude who sold drugs, he had been out selling drugs for the last 25 years. He might be retired from a job with his family, not in that, but you'd never leave or lose that gift of discernment that came with that thing that you were into. It may not have been so proper. And here he is looking at this guy like, look at him. He's going over there to cop some drugs. How do you know? I know. So even from my wild days, when I see certain females and I talk to them, I already know. I might be able to tell you what you like. I can discern a lot of things just by picking up on your vibrations. Or your man at home is not treating you right. He don't want to be freaky with you. Okay, I know you're looking for that. Or whatever. Or you mad at him and want to get revenge on him and hitting on me with my old ass. No, I'm out that game. No, it never ends. Get who you're going to get, work on yourself, and find somebody. Not in a reactionary way. Oh, these American men, they're too much. I'm going to go and I'm going to get an African houseboy. I heard about them. But it's not going to go if it's not sincere. It doesn't matter where you come from. So my mother's from America, my father's from Jamaica. But he wasn't a clown Jamaican. A bomba, my shot you, my gunman, and all that dumb shit. He's a hard-working brother, my father, who did right by me and my mother, right? So I understand both mentalities coming down even to the degraded Jamaican mentality, right? I understand it. Born in America, but I have a broader understanding, especially growing up in New York City, not that it makes me better, but every culture that you want to see is there, and I know them all. So when I go different places, I like to see what is what, because bottom line, we all want to be loved, but there's some of us who have given up on that and say, you know what, let me live secure, let me live this kind of way. And if you're upfront about it, you speak about it, you're upfront about it. Listen, I can do this for you, you do this for me. I can't touch it. But when you're deceptive about it, I can't get with it. We had a discussion. So we touched on so many things that as I'm speaking, I'm like, I can get a whole month of show titles out of what we touched on tonight, and we probably will. I know Sister Master Glenn wants to always, like, we talk about church stuff. I'm gonna bring some church stuff this week. Maybe gotta find a different angle though. I can't just do it the same way. We gotta find a different angle on the same topic because each topic is so vast. So it's not like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't, I'm not like I'm 85 years old and shaking and whatnot. By the time I'm 85 years old, if I'm granted that amount of time, I think maybe I'll look all right for my age. But I'm not really caught up in that. I was never really caught up in that. I didn't even know that people thought I looked good when I was younger. I never thought that way. I was always looking outward, learning the world, just being myself. But because we're all going to age, we're all going to get a little gray hair, a little droopy. Just certain things may not stand up the way it used to be. I can't be caught up in that. Even if I'm not on a ride at the amusement park, I'm enjoying being at the amusement park. And this amusement park for me is life. You see what I mean? Tomorrow I'm going to meet somebody. Who you going to meet? I don't know. I'll meet somebody tomorrow. I'm going out with the camera tomorrow. I'm going to set up the show, upload these other Sister Oyala. I still got those two there. I got one Mr. Political. I got one from Sister Seven. I got all the stuff to put up. I might wait till the morning. I don't know. If I get to bed early, I wait till the morning, throw them up, boom, and leave out and hit the camera and talk to some people. It's a one big adventure for me. So in the amount of time I spend inside, I'm not like ripping and running. The 9 months that Mrs. River was gone to America, that's almost a year, y'all. She had some other stuff to take care of. She wanted to be around her family. Cool. Because that really hurt her, I was here by myself. There was no drama. You know what I mean? I was in here. Sometimes I'm like, something's wrong with me. I'm in the house days, didn't even leave out just to get to the rooftop. Let me get a little sip of this, y'all. So much pulp in the bottom of this juice. Oh, God. It is so good. I can't see how somebody want to do drugs. Wait a second. Sister Miko's here? I didn't even look up. Okay. I know I'm losing it. Yeah, that timeless youthfulness. Yeah. Look, I am like a child. I have a wonderment for the world like a child. Things fascinate me. I'm always asking questions and wondering things, and my imagination has helped me so much. I just don't concern myself with insignificant things. Who do you think you are talking to, Scott? I mean, like within my life, I just don't. Ego's not tied to it. I have no ego, really. No, I have ego if you smack me in the face. I'm going to knock the teeth out your mouth. I got to find out why, you just might lie on me or something, but there's none of that with me where you have to do it. And I am this, I am that. I'm enjoying the ride, y'all. And I enjoy learning about human nature and how people work along with each other and things that happen wrong and what could have been avoided and what pre-existing egotistical state of mind you were in for this to happen. And I love to size people up. I don't mean size them up like if you talk to them, I'm sizing you up. I don't ever feel that way. But I'm talking out in the world when you see people in their element, because everybody talking to you one-on-one can lie or say whatever. You see over time. Like I can seriously give a character reference to Brother C. Tuma. I can. He's been on other shows that I've been on, and the way he carries himself and just always the highest standard of respect. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm into. I have my flaws. I have my little short circuits. I have things that tick me off. Just, certain things. I don't like a person who is a gossip. Like you're gonna hook your friends up with news. Yo, check this out. You better watch out for that girl you've been dealing with because she was talking to this dude, man. I heard so. Just put that on the shelf. Yeah, we're gonna warn each other. But if you purposely running around like a bee pollinating every little flower, running around with some junk on somebody, and it's about loyalty. You hear something, shut the person down for me if you're really with me. Like the video I did before. Why were they so comfortable to bring you something about me, and what did you say? And especially when you know people who are running around, that is my number one thing. And many people here and abroad have found it out the hard way. I will run your ass away from me. If you want to know something, hey, bring it to me. If you can't say who it was, cool. Bring it to me. I'll tell you the truth, like I have on so many other shows before about me. I'll tell you the truth. We've done some shows where I've had to like put private codes on them. Yeah. And we talked some crazy freaky stuff. And I was honest. Lance, have you ever done this? Yes, I did it. And I hope I did it well. I live my life. And that's why I'm comfortable with myself. And I learn a lot about myself every single day. And my thing is to be brutally honest with myself, because lots of times we lie to ourselves. We think we're being brutally honest with other people, but we're not. We're lying to ourselves and we're lying to others. And I don't have any weight on my chest or on my shoulders that way. That's why I can just come here anytime, you know. Yeah, in the people business, yeah, thank you. You know, the pulp is good. I love it. This stuff is fresh. Like I said before, there was a juice that they made locally at the shop right here. It was made on the 20th, and you had to drink it by the 25th. What company makes such a small window of consumption when you should use, you know, some of these companies, well, you know, buy it now and you can use it up until February of 2030. Like, damn, that many years? What's in it to keep it that preserved, right? So, nah, I like that. Like, it was so fresh and so good. It was so fresh. I like that. I like to go hard until I fall asleep and get up. I've been getting up too late. Obviously, you know that sometimes I don't even answer you till hours later. And you're up earlier. You 5 hours behind me. I should be up way before you. That's the way I flow. You know, I go to bed when I want, get up when I want, do what I want. But I'm gonna always be honest with myself and honest with the people around me, you know, and just brutally honest. And you'll have no residue on your life. You'll have no anything clogging your filters, because you know that you're being genuine, shoot from the hip. And I live by that. And that's why I survived New York City without any kind of major problem. I've been friends with people who are enemies and want to kill each other. And they know, well, if I'm with you, I'm not talking about this one. I'm not bringing anything. And if I'm with them, I'm not talking about you or bringing them anything, because that's where I am. That's where they know me. Those kind of bonds. You have that kind of integrity, you ain't got to worry about nothing, because they know how you stand. And very few of us out in this world have that. Many of us here have it, yes, but out in the world, very few. And that's how I live. That's why you don't see this drama in the chat room. Oh yeah, you cheated on me in 1983. It's like, well, yeah, I think I did. You know what I mean? Maybe not. You gotta face the stuff at some point in your life. So if you face yourself, there'll be less that you have to face in the outside world. We're all growing. We all make misjudgments. There are no mistakes, but misjudgments, yeah, we can learn from them. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this down. We can continue this tomorrow. I'll call it something else. We're gonna do it like a church kind of show or whatever, but I'm not done with this topic. I want to go more specific. So again, when I say African houseboy movement, you know, or the title of the show, if the African houseboy is the African houseboy movement the clapback answer to Passport Brothers? Yes, we know that women have been doing it more and more, but now it's more like a control thing, not a get your freak on thing. And a lot of these women are settling down with the African houseboy because they'll give the illusion of loyalty, and it's a step above a dog. You feed the dog is loyal, keep people from breaking in your house, and that's it. There's not a person who, I want to be here because I want to be with you through thick and thin. We're missing that in our relationships anyway, that ride or die quality. You know, Sister Ambience, you know, through our conversations, I'm ride or die. Because, you know, some people get in situations or marriages or unions and stuff, and they're going through stuff and prove that even when they're in pain. You know what I mean? So ride or die. That's the only thing that turns me on, is ride or die. For me, I don't have to have this person who looks like from Hollywood and the titties are anti-gravity and the weave looks real, but down in the ass and the booty's fake and the high heels and the lips and the stuff stuck in it, whatever. Yeah, this is my woman or whatever. She's just a prop. Give me a ride or die. Give me a chick from the hood. I'm speaking as a single man, right? If I was single, Give me that woman from around the way, that around the way girl. She might have put a little bit weight. You know what I mean? She still looks good. She's still doing the right thing. Since I've been touching her when I was 16 years old and I was 17 years old. We were dating in high school, but I can trust her. We have a bond. We go back, right? And we understand each other's mentality and how we talk, right? And we're dedicated to each other. To pull her away from me, I'd rather you chop off my right leg. And she's going to feel the same way too. Even if she doesn't believe in robbing the bank, if I say, come on, we robbing the bank today, she says, get me the ski mask and get me my piece. Let's go do it. With no questions asked. How do we don't have relationships like that anymore, right? I mean, not even to say to give a man the permission to cheat, right? But there's someone back in the day like, listen, he's out in the service. Yeah, he might do something, but I know he loves me and I'm holding this household, this family down until he comes back. That's how much ride or die I am as a woman. I'm not condoning that, right? But they say, yeah, tear it up, get it. Let, you know, hope she swallows, whatever. When you come back, you mine, and you know that. And if I'm out here doing something, but he don't want to hear that though, right? So just leave all that alone and be into each other. That's the bottom line. Being genuine, being real. This is the world of deception. A lot of deception in this world. We got to learn to have to peel back the layers, and it's so hard. So I can understand why some of our sisters don't want to be bothered with the traditional steps in a relationship, because you get disappointed and time is going on. It's not even about the biological clock. So I can understand why even some sisters, they're like, listen, I got this battery operated boyfriend. You could take me out on a date. I'm not expecting much. We might even just have a little sex or something like that, but don't expect nothing out of it. I'll go home. And they got this new thing, y'all. Wait. Let me get the mic. And they got this new thing I saw. You know, a little bit of everything. And about 3 or 4 days ago, there's a girl I know. She did porn back in the day, but we didn't know it. And she kept it quiet. And my friend found one of the clips because he's the LANCESCURV live porn investigator. Right? So he sent me the clip. I found it as her. But even when he sent me the clip, you know, they got all these things jumping on the side, and you know, people with big dicks and big booties, and you're like, oh, I'm bombarded. And then they had a sex toy on the bottom, and it looked like this, right? It looked like this. This was for the vagina, and this was for the anus, right? And this vibrated and twirled around. I'm like, man, these women don't even need men no more. They got the new stuff coming out. Anal ticklers with the dildo. So it is, you can't keep with that, brother. So you better be real. The dildo is just a dildo, but it can't hold you at night. It can't tell you that it loves you. But a lot of more women or sisters are over that. Like, just give me that. Let me put myself to sleep. And that's it. We got to bring back love into our life and love into our relationship and building up relationships, having fun with each other without the pressure of sex. You can see what she got. And just like a fisherman who goes to go fishing by the side of the lake, it's just a matter of time we pull in a nice fish. You know you will get to that point. Take your time. It shouldn't be all about that. That's nature. You see animals out in the wild getting it, and you going through a slump. They look like they're laughing at you, like, we getting it good, but you ain't have nothing in 3 months. Ha ha. Come on. Stop making that the only thing you focus on, because you won't get that. You shouldn't just want to get that. Get into the woman, man. And the woman get into the man. Take your time. We rush things so much. You go out on one date. Does this mean we're heading to marriage? I don't even know you. Take your time. Get into each other. Stop holding back. Be honest. Whatever flaws you think you have that you're working on, don't be honest about it. Now, if you're a mass murderer and kids and stuff, well, you know, I'm a mass murderer. Like, Lance told me to be honest, and she disappears. Don't blame me. You shouldn't even be putting yourself in the market if you got that kind of issue going on, right? Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this down, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. As always, you know, hit me off with what you want us to talk about and discuss, and I think it'll always come out to be a good conversation, because I will give my all, put some time in, and I'll make it happen. Anyway, how you feeling? Let me see. Anything else? Okay, we're making some good comments. But look, if y'all want to continue to talk, I'm gonna drop the link again. Just slide on over right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go there after the show to see how many people are there. If you want to go there, we could talk all night until, you know, look, when this show is over, the chat room might last 30 seconds or whatever. It's done. It's done. Doing it the other way, you can go to the bathroom, come back, you can be on your phone in the bathroom, in the bed, whatever. Talk to the wee hours, check on, see if anybody's there. Y'all can take charge and say, hey, let's meet here at this particular time every day. Maybe we should do that. And I'll give me a time that you want me to set that up, right? And hit me off, text, email, whatever. Lance, you should make it, you know, this particular time, or whatever, maybe 10 o'clock would be over there. For me, would be 3 in the morning. I don't have to be there. Go there 10 o'clock at night and just chat a little bit. Who is this? Whatever. Let it grow. It's there. Listen, y'all, I'm paying for it. In actuality, you paying for it. All the donations that you may give me, it goes to keeping this thing up. I think that thing is like about $60 a month to keep up. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying utilize it. Because, you know, I get a lot of text messages directly in my phone. This is for you. You know? Yes, most definitely. So thank you all very much. Brother Tuma, we need to go to that chat. Sister Ambian, we need to go to that chat. All of us, let's go there and, you know, just have a little fun and stuff. And I shouldn't be eating this time of night. What time is it now? 11:47. I'm gonna get Miss SCURV brought some collard greens, some greens up on the property. Oh my God, it's so good. The greens were so good. This is embarrassing. The greens were so good. I had some, and I took some gluten-free bread, 2 slices, put a little bit of dairy-free mayonnaise on there. I shook a little bit of this seasoning, this maple smoke that we get it from America. Was it McCormick's? Oh God, that's so good. Matter of fact, make sure I'll get up and show you what it looks like. And I put no, it was callaloo. It wasn't just collard greens, it was callaloo. I put the callaloo between the bread, made a sandwich out of it. Oh. I'm weird with it, but it was good. It was good. I'm about to go get some more. But meet me in the chat room. Matter of fact, I'm going to set up. I'm there now. And it can be the home page, and it can be the actual chat. You can go to LANCESCURV.com. That chat that's under that first video that I have this video up now, that's the same chat. Wherever you see this chat, it's on all places on my website. So whether you go to that direct link or you want to go to the home page, it's there. I'm there right now. Well, let me log in first. Let me log in. Hold on. Let me log in. Just prove. First few people that come in, I'm like, yo, I'm here. I mean, I stay forever, but sometime, you know, okay, come on. Come on, log in. Come on, log in. I'm logging in through Twitter. I think I should log in through Facebook. Twitter gives me too much problems. Let's see if it goes through. Okay, let's see. Continue as LANCESCURV. Oh, but I have to go and put no code and him send me. Let me go through Facebook. Or better yet, it's taking too long. Let's go through Facebook. Because you know how sometimes you keep going into your social media and it fills everything out automatically. You know, I like that. I got so much stuff to check. There's 3 online. I'm not there yet inside, but I'm going to put my name as, of course, I'm going to sign in as a guest because I got to check over how I sign in. There's 3 online now, maybe including me. I'm going to say a big hello. Okay, I like to do all caps. There's nothing wrong with me. Okay, it's there. Follow through, y'all. There's a link. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to eat my sandwich and go to the chat room a little bit, start it off. Sometimes you have to do things a couple times, like Positively Angela said, you got to do some things several times over before it becomes a habit. Doesn't mean this is going to dominate your day. But okay, where am I now? Where am I now? Okay. I'm going to sign off. And just want to let you know, salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. I'm here. I want to be up a little bit. Some more content to put up, but I'm not going to stay up all night. I want to see you in the chat room, and we'll be back tomorrow, no matter what. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day. Now, it may come a Saturday where I have to do something extra. We have to get those palm trees and dig that 4 foot by 8 foot hole or whatever it is to put it in with all the roots and everything. That may be a day I come time not do a show, but you never know. Still might do it. But I want to do this every day for the most part. This is emergency or something that's dire that needs to be done. So that's the work ethic I'm going to put in. Much love to you all. Take care.
John Hawkins showed up in our country, telling us of a land filled with luxury. He said, black man, follow me to America. There you'll find more gold for your labor. Our foreparents were tricked onto his boat. Since that time we've been wrestling with the goat. We landed here in Jamestown, Virginia, 400 years to suffer. So my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is black man hell. When the slave master wanted to have some sport, he would heap on our parents' cruelties, or we were sought, burn them at stake, hang them on trees. His ears were deaf to our parents' pleas. Though you were pregnant, black woman, you pull the plow like a horse, like a dog, even a cow. He filled your womb with his wicked seed. His half-white children you were made to breed. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is a black man hell. So-called Negro, open up your eyes. Black man everywhere is on the rise. He has kicked the white man out of Asia, and he's going fast out of Africa. With every ounce of strength and breath, his cry is give us liberty or give us death. The whole black world has their eyes on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. So my friend, it's easy to tell, our unity will give the white man hell. God made a promise to Abraham, his seed would be a stranger in a foreign land. They would suffer and be afflicted 400 years, but he would come, wipe away their tears. Our God and Savior, Allah has come. He has declared the white man's day is done. He has given us a divine messenger, one prophesied to come. His name is Elijah. We now can stand up the whole world to tell. Our God has come to give us heaven and take the devil into hell. Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our names, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly. Before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China he took silk and gunpowder. From India he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast he took barrels of oil untold. Raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and firewater. With tricks and lies he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery. Sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell.